Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a seriously chilling campfire tale called The Haunted Bungalow. Now, on the surface, this might just look like your standard run-of-the-mill spooky ghost story. But as we're going to see, it's actually a masterclass in how classic horror tropes can be completely flipped to deliver a surprisingly emotional message. I am so excited to guide you through this, so let's get right into the story of a curious boy, an abandoned house, and a mystery that was buried for decades. Our story kicks off with a pretty bold declaration. I don't believe in ghosts. This comes from our main character, a curious boy named Arjun. Honestly, Arjun kind of represents the skeptic in all of us, right? So on the edge of his small village, there's this old bungalow that literally everyone avoids. No one lives there, its broken windows rattle at night, strange lights flicker inside after midnight, and the entire community has just collectively decided to stay far away. But Arjun, driven by that classic youthful curiosity, decides he's going to be the one to finally find out the truth. Section 1. Entering the Haunted Bungalow. Okay, let's step into the unknown. Look at how deliberately Arjun's arrival is mapped out here. At exactly 11:30 p.m., armed with nothing but a flashlight, he walks toward the property. We get these incredibly vivid physical sensations right off the bat. A freezing cold wind blows across his face, and he realizes the house looks so much darker in person than he had ever imagined. It's a literal step-by-step descent into the dark. Then the sensory pacing really kicks in. Creak. You can almost hear it, right? That loud, piercing sound of a rusty gate opening. Isolating this single sound effect instantly builds tension for us. It signals that Arjun has crossed a threshold. There's definitely no turning back now. And the auditory journey just continues as he steps inside. Thump, thump, thump. The heavy wooden floor groans beneath his feet. Arjun shines his flashlight around, revealing a scene totally frozen in time. Dust covers absolutely everything, and old paintings hang crooked on the walls. The house feels dead, yet these heavy footsteps make it feel incredibly large and imposing. But then, the pace changes. Tap, tap, tap. Arjun freezes. These aren't his footsteps. He hears them coming from upstairs. Gathering his courage, he shouts out, "Who's there?" and gets absolutely no answer. The footsteps just stop. This is pure psychological horror right here. The silence that follows is honestly so much more terrifying than the noise itself. Section 2. The Dusty Doll. Arjun climbs the incredibly squeaky stairs, leading to a truly chilling encounter. When he reaches the top, he sees a long hallway. And at the end of it, a little girl in a white dress, her face completely hidden by long black hair. Arjun's heart is racing. He whispers, "Hello?" She slowly raises her hand, points toward a closed door, and just vanishes. Curiosity pulls him forward. He opens the door, steps into an old bedroom, and spots a dusty doll sitting in the corner. And the very moment he enters, bang, the door violently slams shut behind him. He's trapped. The room instantly turns ice cold. Arjun's flashlight starts to flicker. And then the doll's head slowly turns toward him, and it smiles. It's such a creepy visual. But then a disembodied whisper fills the room, seeming to come from everywhere at once. "Help me." When Arjun asks who she is, the whisper just replies, "I am trapped here." Section 3. The Secret of the Diary. Here is where we get the big twist. Suddenly, the wall behind the bed literally cracks open, revealing an old diary. Arjun grabs it and uncovers a deeply tragic history. This is where the story executes a brilliant bait and switch, shifting from terrifying survival to profound empathy. The book belonged to a girl named Mira, who lived in this very bungalow decades ago. It reveals that a terrible fire ravaged the house one stormy night. Tragically, Mira disappeared in the chaos and was never found. This completely shifts our perspective. The ghost isn't some monster. She's a victim of a forgotten tragedy. As Arjun finishes reading, the room actually begins to shake, and the ghostly girl appears again. But this time it's different. Her face is visible. She looks heartbroken, with actual tears rolling down her cheeks. She says, "Please tell my story. Everyone forgot me." Her true motive is finally revealed. She wasn't trying to scare Arjun at all. She was just desperately trying to be remembered. And Arjun, understanding this, promises that he will. Section 4. Escaping the Dark Shadows. Just as he makes this promise, the true danger awakens. The ghost smiles, and for a brief moment, everything is perfectly silent. But then, a deafening growl echoes through the entire house. Grrr! The walls start to tremble violently. Dark shadows literally emerge from every single corner of the room. Mira's smile vanishes instantly, and she screams at Arjun to run. It is total chaos. Arjun rushes out as doors slam open and shut on their own. Furniture is moving by itself. The entire bungalow seems alive and angry. He sprints down the stairs, but a shadow actually grabs his ankle. He falls, his flashlight rolls away, and he is plunged into pitch blackness. In his absolute most desperate moment, gripping that diary tightly, he shouts out for Mira to help him. And then we get this incredible dramatic rescue. Mira's ghost appears right in front of him, bringing a blinding bright white light that fills the entire house. The shadows scream and immediately disappear into nothingness. The light literally drives away the darkness of the house's terrifying past. Section 5. The Power of Remembering. Let's look at the beautiful aftermath of all this. The shadows are gone, the house falls totally silent, and Mira smiles one last time. She whispers a heartfelt thank you and then peacefully fades away into the light. The next morning, Arjun tells the village everything. And notice the massive transformation here. Before, it was a place of fear, avoided by everyone, haunted by strange lights and broken, rattling windows. But after the village learns Mira's story, they actually place flowers near the bungalow. The strange lights stop. The scary whispers disappear. The bungalow is peaceful again. The community's empathy completely neutralized the horror. The story concludes with a really beautiful, lingering thought. Even today, the villagers say that when a stormy night rolls in, you won't hear terrifying groans or malicious whispers from the bungalow anymore. Instead, you can hear a faint, grateful voice coming from inside. Thank you for remembering me. It's a powerful testament to the idea that sometimes what we fear most just needs to be understood. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. I want to leave you all with a provocative question. What forgotten stories are waiting to be told in your own community? You know, Mira's fear wasn't really about the fire. It was the deeply human fear of being completely forgotten. This spooky tale reminds us that history is all around us, often hiding in plain sight, just waiting for someone curious enough to uncover it. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredible story, and I will see you on the next explainer.